Welcome back, everybody. Dementia can change nearly every part of a family's caregiving journey. Those challenges can become even more complex when a loved one is also facing a serious illness or nearing the end of their life.
According to the National Institutes of Health, researchers there found 42% of Americans over the age of 55 will eventually develop dementia. So joining us today to talk more about that is Diana Wagner, the Director of Education and Training at Hospice Austin and Austin Palliative Care. Diana, welcome to our show, and thanks so much for being with us.
Yes, thank you for having me.
So I think for families out there who may not realize hospice and palliative care can involve and support someone living with dementia, what would you like them to know more about that?
Well, it's a very nuanced aspect, taking care of somebody at end of life. And then you have that added layer of taking care of somebody at end of life who also has dementia. So their terminal diagnosis may be dementia related, or they might be dying from a different illness but also have dementia. So how we care for them and the family, it's really critical that we have the skills, tools, and nuances to adequately meet their needs.
Talk about some of the specific challenges there, particularly with how someone with dementia is able to communicate pain or discomfort.
That is the challenge right there. So as dementia progresses, we're no longer able to communicate even our basic needs. It changes everything. Verbal communication, behaviors, eating, drinking, swallowing. And so when we're no longer able to communicate our needs, there's still communication that's happening. It's just showing up in the form of behaviors. And some of those behaviors can be very disruptive. It can be a safety issue. It can be very disconcerting to family members as well, managing those symptoms. So when a patient can no longer communicate or tell us what they need, it's our job to really start listening differently and listening harder.
And what does that look like from the care perspective, your staff members preparing to be able to handle something like that?
Yes, so what I do when I train all of my nurses and all of the clinicians on the team, I tell them that remember that the family member is the expert in their loved one, but you're the expert on how to manage this disease process. So in these trainings and all of these courses that we have done to certify all of our frontline staff, we focus a lot on understanding the disease process, what's happening within the brain, and how that's showing up in their behaviors and what's happening with them. So it's really important that our assessment skills are honed in a different way than it would be for somebody who can tell us verbally what's going on.
Sure.
And you all just received a national recognition for some of this work. Tell us about that and what impact that will have on your work here in Austin.
We're very excited. Last year we partnered with the National Council of Certified Dementia Practitioners. And we worked through this past year certifying the majority of our frontline staff. So around June, we had hit half of our frontline staff had been certified. We're pushing 70% of our clinicians and frontline staff are certified. That means that we're recognized in their Memory Care Excellence Network. We are the first hospice to be part of that Memory Care Excellence Network in the nation.
Seems like a pretty big deal then.
It was a lot of work.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Yeah.
Well, you know, as dementia becomes more common, we highlighted that statistic at the beginning of this conversation, but what do you think families need to understand more about that now before they have to reach out to Hospice Austin or Austin Palliative Care to get that additional help?
Absolutely. I would say once they receive that diagnosis, you know, it's imperative that they start to reach out to what their help there is in the community, what kind of specialized resources they have, educations, learning mostly about that disease process and what that looks like, what it could show up. There are over 100 different types of dementias, and they all have their own unique patterns and things like that. So the more you know, the easier it is to take care of a loved one, just from the day-to-day, but also emotionally with that anticipatory grief as their loved one starts to kind of fade away.
Right.
Diana with Hospice Austin, thank you so much for the work you do here for families in Central Texas and for coming on to let us get a little bit of a peek inside how that works.
It's an honor. Thanks for having me.